Hey guys, I am excited about this next sculpture. Okay, I created a wire sculpture of one of my favorite players in the NBA, Allen Iverson. I want to tell you a little bit about him because actually grew up with this guy, and I think he was phenomenal. So Allen Iverson, he was a college star. He came out of Virginia. He was a two-sport athlete. He played football. He was actually better at football than he was at basketball, believe it or not. But he was at 6 feet tall. We call it 6 feet. We'll give him the grace for that. But at 6 feet tall, his talent in basketball was a little bit more. It exceeded a little bit better, but he enjoyed football more. He was drafted by or picked up by Georgetown with a full ride scholarship. He averaged 23 points and 4.66 assists a game. He won the Big East Defensive Player of the Year twice before he was going to the draft. I watched him in some of those games. Dude, I'm gonna tell you like this. All right, when you see a player that's special, I'm not talking just really good players. I'm talking about somebody that is on the court and they are so good that everybody else looks like they're moving in slow motion, and you can tell that that player is 5 or 6 steps above everybody else. That was this guy. He was so good that it was not even a question that he was going to be a pro. You could see immediately that his talent exceeded everybody on the court, and he was head and shoulders above everybody else, even though they were taller than him. So in 1996, he was drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers, and the draft had players like Steve Nash, Kobe Bryant, and Ray Allen in that draft. He won Rookie of the Year, all right, and he averaged 23.5 points that year at Philadelphia. And his handles and his speed was amazing. He won the scoring title 4 times, all right, and he won the MVP in NBA. He averaged 26.7 points per game during that span. All right, he won the NBA MVP and led the 76ers to the finals. He averaged 31.1 points a game, 4.6 assists, and 2.5 steals per game. 2.5 steals a game. He was a thief. He was amazing. All right. He had this crossover that would just break ankles. I'm sure you guys have seen, if you're a basketball fan, you've seen that crossover where he crossed up Michael Jordan, had Michael Jordan looking like what was going on. And you also saw when he did the shot against the Lakers and stepped over Tyronn Lue. That was the year that Shaq and Kobe were playing together, and they were ridiculous. They won that first game, and of course, Allen Iverson, Dikembe Mutombo, and Eric Snow, they couldn't overcome that Lakers squad, not even close. But they did get one game out of it. Over his career, Allen Iverson had 24,368 career points, 11 All-Star appearances. He was inducted to the Hall of Fame in 2016. All right, he was known as the answer because he was the answer. And we all have heard about the interview where Allen Iverson had just lost someone and the guy was questioning him about practice. He butted heads with his coach a little bit, and we've all heard the meme, practice. We're talking about practice, not a game. But Allen Iverson was a lion. He had a heart that was bigger than all outdoors, and this guy competed. He competed every game. He competed. It didn't matter who the opponent was. If you knock him down, he got back up. You couldn't stop this guy. The speed, the athleticism, the drive, he had it. Unfortunately, his body couldn't stand, the test of time. Over the years, you started seeing the wear and tear. After he was traded, because he ended up going to, I think it was Denver, Colorado, and he ended his career there. Not quite the best ending, but we all remember him as a Philadelphia 76er. So I created him in Wire. I'm Stevenson, the Wire artist. I created Allen Iverson, so you can take a look at this sculpture. And of course, we got the basketball card in the back with him in his 76ers uniform. He got his braids in there, so we did the braids. Got his famous number 3. Iverson was a beast, man. I mean, he was an absolute beast. This sculpture was made by hand. This is the only one I have left. I had 2, someone bought the other one. So this is the last one that I have of Allen Iverson. And I want to memorialize him in Wire because I think that he, as an athlete, was phenomenal. And if every player played with the heart and the drive that Allen Iverson had, the NBA would be much better for it. Because this guy, he left everything on the court. When the whistle blew and the horn sounded, he gave you everything he had and then some. And as fans of the NBA, when we watched him play, it was phenomenal just to watch him just captivate everyone. I mean, just imagine a 6 foot, let's call it 5'11". All right, 5'11", 6 foot tall guy. He probably weighed 160 pounds, 170 pounds soaking wet. Going up against guys like Shaq, going up against guys like Patrick Ewing, going up against David Robinson, those 7-footers. Back in those days, in the 90s, in the early 90s, mid 90s, they were still giving a little shot to you. It wasn't, the hands-off basketball that we have right now. So he was taking a few shots, but guys couldn't even lay a hand on him. He was so quick. So call to action, guys. Did you watch Allen Iverson play? Did you watch him in college? Did you watch him in Virginia? Some of you guys may be in Virginia, and you may have had an opportunity to watch him play in high school. Did you watch him in the pros? What are your thoughts on Allen Iverson as one of the NBA's all-time great players? How did he impact you when you watched him display his talent on the court? I would like to hear about it. Hey guys, give me a like, follow, subscribe, and share. And as I always say, guys, stay twisted.